because I've put so much of my life into it, because I literally nearly sacrificed my whole life for it, I can't, there's something in me there's something that just holds me back from dipping out, and I feel like I can't leave until I am the IWGP champion. I'll say this right now, you want to talk about a real forbidden door, let's open it. I'll fucking put this out there right now. Wrestle Kingdom 19, I want Randy Orton one-on-one. I'm saying that right now. This is all I gotta say. I'm a madman, you know. Yeah!
Warning. The following views shared on this podcast are the unfiltered expressions of our vibrant personalities. We are here to dissect the pulse-pounding world of pro wrestling, from the epic battles inside the ring to the captivating storylines that keep us hooked. Our discussions may venture into unexpected territories, from questioning the creative direction or analysing the artistry behind the suplexes and submissions. Please understand that we aim to entertain, educate and engage. But please also remember that we are just merely fans and observers, and we are not actual wrestlers, journalists or industry insiders. As we always say, by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Enjoy.
Episode 227 of the Wrestling Podcast.
Let's look at this!
Yay! That's not very premature. It's not our usual studio. We just had to make a makeshift studio. But we got the champ. We got the madman. Gabe Kid.
Yes! You already know what I'm on.
Bro, I can't lie.
Back again. Yes, second episode, here we are.
Japan strong.
I must say, Gabe, I missed you,
Open.
bro.
I missed you too, bro. I missed all you guys, man.
I miss you, man. How's everything been? How's life been?
It's been very good, as you can see. Life is going very good for me right now, and it's only gonna get better. So I'm feeling good, man. Good to be here.
That being said, a lot has changed. I want to talk. Do you know, there's so much to talk about in terms of like the last time he was on this podcast to now.
Yeah, crazy.
But before we do the intros, full disclosure, Nafi, formerly known as the VHS Pappy, to my left.
When I say guap, you say daddy guap.
Daddy.
Guap.
Daddy.
Star rating, leg drop hating, big back robbing, Jericho loving, son of a gunja boy Dojo, aka Swoldy Lee, aka Pro Gop Tees, aka Vince Jericho, aka Trill Ospreay, aka Cargill Maniac. I don't know what I'm forgetting everything, but L.A. Swave.
Yeah.
Aka, I'm not gonna lie, God forgive me if I bust
Man
my
9.
To the left we got.
It's the main event liver, champagne
Champagne
sipper,
sipper.
big back driller, babyface killer.
What else?
Back again, wrestling.
Man thinks he's on concert.
I told you, bro, like, they all gotta write me buzz. But yo, slaps the main event liver, champagne sipper, big back driller, babyface killer. We're back again, WRESTHINGS podcast. Boom. And to my right, we have...
What's up, people? My name's Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. You're tuned into another episode of the WRESTHINGS podcast. To my right, we have...
You want an intro from Ola? Are you sure? You want an intro from Ola? It's your boy Ola, known as Tamura, known as Tyson Ola, known as the owner of CWH, known as J9. You might see me in Shoreditch with the click, or you might see me at Loading Bar with the millions and millions of WRESTHINGS fans if you smell what the Mandem are cooking.
Our very, very special guest.
I can't lie, Gabe, you gotta give us something, man.
Listen, this is all I gotta say. I'm a madman, you know. Yeah! Come on! You already know that.
Gabe, man, a lot has changed since you've, we spoke to you last time. You know, last time we did speak to you, you're still the LA Dojo guys, and you're still going by that same moniker in terms of the group. But, bro, you're part of Bullet Club.
Not even revitalised the Bullet Club, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You've now revitalised
all
Bullet
of
Club.
us. Bullet Club was dead before us. Before we came in last year, Bullet Club was a joke. Jay White made it a joke. All of them clans made it a joke. But David Finlay came in, the Dogs came in, and we made it what it should be and what it used to be, and restored the feeling. You get me? So a very serious Bullet Club that we see right now.
Yeah. So like, what went into that? Obviously. I don't know if I'm stripping back the wall a bit. Like, when did you find out you was gonna be part of Bullet Club, and how did it even happen?
Well, last year Well, 2022 came back, did World Tag League, and then I did that, got back to Japan. And 2022 was a mad year, so I was just ready to go at that point. And then 2023, I was like, right, clean slate, new year, this is my year, whatever. And then I get told that they're not bringing us back to Japan for a while because, I don't know, budget or something. But then I see Mercedes Moné on there, I see whoever the fuck else on there, and I'm thinking, all right then, idiots. Like, I've stayed in the dojo for a year and a half, gone crazy, sacrificed my life for this company, and now you're just gonna leave me at home on the shelf, all right. So I was considering options elsewhere, to be honest, and then I got a call from David Finlay saying that there's a spot open in the Bullet Club, so I was like, instantly, I'm gonna take it and just be on a mission statement just to show them that they shouldn't have kept me at home, and the rest speaks for itself. Rest speaks for itself.
I can't lie, keeping you at home is a mistake, fam. Because even when
Evidently.
Yeah, exactly, fam. Because even when you did make your debut as part of Bullet Club, like, you guys made noise from the jump. I was surprised. Like, it's just nice seeing brothers from the UK, like you and Drilla Maloney, coming out and just causing havoc. Because I think even before that, Drilla Maloney was part of United Empire for a short period of time.
Yeah,
then
he got brought in by Ospreay.
Yeah, he switched.
Did Maloney use that as his ticket to Japan?
Of course he did.
And then...
Of course he did, because Will Ospreay is a fucking idiot. Will Ospreay, if you be nice enough to him, look, Callum Newman's buddied himself up and he's got a spot, so that's what Dan did. And then, you know, Dan seen the opportunity and he took it. And where's the Empire now? They're in the fucking mud, is where they are. So, and he's one half of the greatest IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions of all time. I don't give a shit about no Motor City Machine Guns, none of them losers. It's Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney, and they're on top of that division right now. So he's seen that as a ticket, and he knew it. I'm gonna drink boba tea with Francesco Akira. Or am I gonna drink highballs with the boys? So he's a very smart man and evidently made the right choice.
Can you speak to the camaraderie of the War Dogs? Because you guys have come in and you guys have absolutely killed shit. You guys have won the strong openweight tag team titles. Drilla and Clark have won the junior heavyweight tag titles. David Finney's won the global title. Did he have to? No, he didn't win the US title, did he?
He had the
never won openweight title.
Never openweight.
So you guys have already come in hot, winning titles all over the gaff. How has it been in regards to that, and how has it helped you guys bond as well?
And of course this one.
And of course the
strong openweight.
Which you should have won time ago, if I'm honest. And the never openweight, but yeah, I'm not here to talk about that.
Listen, that's going to happen soon. Don't worry about that. I'll be looking at Dominion to see who's having that belt. But I think the reason it's working so well is that before any of it happened, you know, we were boys. I had connections with Finlay. Like, Finlay took care of me in the dojo. So when we were there during COVID, he would take me out for dinner and stuff. So me and him had that bond, obviously with Clark and Alex. I had that dojo connection, and then the connection with Dan from back here. And then when we all got together, it just felt right. It felt natural. And that's it. It just felt, it clicked. And everything we touched turned to gold, and everything we did was getting numbers, was being talked about, everything. So it just, God's plan, like, it happened naturally, and we didn't try and force anything. It was never, oh, should we try this, should we try that? It was, we do it. If it doesn't work, we don't do it again. If it does, we do it, and everything we do works. So it's a very good formula to have. But I think it just comes from a real place. With all five of us have been looked down on the whole time we was in that company. Finlay especially, look at Finlay's career before, was treated as a joke. Treated as a joke in Hontai, put onto Gucci's team or some shit. Then it was, you know, put with Juice Robinson, and Juice didn't give a shit about him. Even when they were tagging, Juice didn't give a shit about him. But look what he's doing now. And look, when he joined Bullet Club, when he became the leader, everyone was saying, oh, you can't be David Finlay, he's whack, he's whack. Look at him now. Look at him now. He beat Ospreay and Moxley in the same match. Beat both of them. And then he beat Nick Nemeth. And then he's going to continue to beat whoever the fuck he wants to beat. So it's just right. I think we just have that venom inside us. You know, the company have mistreated us for so long. I wasn't even supposed to be in the G1 last year. They weren't going to put me in the tournament. So when I found that out, I was like, all right, motherfuckers, I'm going to show you why you've made the biggest mistake of your life. And, you know, they seem to have this image that they want Shota, Tsuji, Narita, and Yuya. They want them to succeed so bad. They want them to be the guys. But they're not. We are. So fuck all of them. And fuck New Japan as well, because we're going to bring this company back to the glory days. You know, everyone talks about Okada, Kenny, the Young Bucks. Fuck every single one of them. The War Dogs are going to be going to bring New Japan to the greatest heights, and that's that.
You speak about obviously your beginnings in Bullet Club, War Dogs, yeah. Just going back a bit to the COVID times, and the likes of Clark Connors, there's Alex as well, slugging away in the dojo. But ultimately, does it look like at that time, because we're in COVID, what is all this work for? Like, did you kind of not lose sight of the goal, but kind of ask yourself, what is this all for? With there's kind of no sight of either COVID finishing or New Japan, you know, getting back to its best.
I'll be honest, I just thought that I didn't think of it per se like that. Because I was in it and I was in Japan, we were still being able to wrestle. I think other people were thinking about it like that. I was like, listen, I could be sat at home watching Netflix, playing with my dick, but I'm in Japan. I'm in Japan. Not while I watch Netflix, obviously. Yo.
Must say money hat.
But I just always had the vision. I knew I was going to be this. I knew it was going to come to this, so it never really crossed my mind that it was going to slow down or anything. Even right now, people seem to want to say that. I seen Kidani, the president of our parent company, tweet something like, oh, New Japan can grow back up to where it was or continue to decline. I thought, continue to decline, you fucking mushroom head prick. Continue to decline. It is not declining because we're here, we're going to bring it up. Listen, the reason it's declining is because your country's got a fucked economy because of COVID and all this stuff that we can't control. What we can control is putting us on the screen, putting me on the screen, and elevating numbers and bringing the company, you know, you think it's in a rut right now. It's not in a rut. It's just not where it's supposed to be, but it's going to be. We're going to bring it there. So about continues to decline. It's never could continue to decline when me and the dogs are there.
There's a lot of discourse online at the moment in regards to...
I'm sure there is.
Sir Jonathan Moxley holding the IWGP Heavyweight Title.
Yeah,
what's
because everyone
what's the temperature backstage?
Well, there's a certain discourse online because everyone wants to copy what I say. Who was the first one to say that? Who's the first one to say, fuck John Moxley, the IWGP's become a joke? And now every time I go on the internet to chat shit to someone, that's all I see. I see another headline from another wrestler recycling my words. So if that's you, fuck you. Get your own thoughts, you bunch of dickheads. Yeah? Like, everyone wants to be like, I said it on Instagram yesterday, everyone wants to be like us, and I get it because we're the hot product right now, but listen, you're looking like a bunch of copycats, so humble yourself. But the thing about Moxley, he'll get what's coming to him. You think, I seen something, a lumberjack death match for Dominion. I thought, thank fuck I wasn't there, because I slapped the shit out of Tanahashi for even bringing that shit. Listen, I'm going to say this. We're called New Japan Pro Wrestling. What are we known for?
Pro wrestling.
What are we known for? Pro wrestling. We're not known for our gimmicks or our... whatever the fuck you want to say. We are known for being the best pro wrestling company on the planet, or should I say we was, because yeah, the state of it right now is down. Everybody else want to play games, want to act like WWE wrestlers. If you want to do that, fuck off to WWE speed, do your 5 minutes and collect your paycheck, because I'm here to wrestle. I'm here to wrestle and beat people down and show the world what this thing is about. And I'm doing all this work promoting it, and then you're going out there and doing what? Fucking gyoza eating contest. You fucking nerds. Great O'Connor.
Flat gyozas.
Great O'Con. I love gyoza,
What's your favourite
but
flavour?
after a match. After a match, not in the middle of one. What the fuck? I seen something yesterday. Great O'Con has pitched a 60-minute catch wrestling 2 out of 3 falls match. If anybody, listen, if anybody votes for a 60-minute Great O'Con match, I'll personally fly to your house and slap the shit out of every member of your family. A 60-minute O'Con match. I'll go back in the psych ward before I watch that shit. Trust me.
We don't need to go back.
Trust me.
Please don't go back.
Trust me. I'd rather do that than watch a 60-minute Great O'Con match. That's my point, though. It's crazy, but listen, War Dogs are bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. Listen, you think it's Shota, you think it's Narita, Suji. Everyone seems to think they're next up. It's me. Out of that next generation, it's me. I'm the one.
Just very quickly, touching on Bullet Club. There's been some conversations had online about there being too many members or too many sub-factions. What do you have to kind of say about that? What do you think?
This is how I see it. Listen, the only Bullet Club that I recognise is the War Dogs. That's the real one. Because where was it formed? Japan. Where was it made famous? Japan. So the real Bullet Club's in Japan. All these people walking around in the OC and the Bang Bang Gang. Fuck off. Get your sen fucked off. Because they just want to live off the name. That's fine, I get it. Yeah, you had your time and now it's like starting to diminish and you're losing relevancy, so you want to keep that name so you can stay relevant. I understand it, but fuck off. Because you're not the Bullet Club. You never will be again. Your time is gone, you're finished. So off you pop, create something new, do something different, because the real Bullet Club's in Japan. Even in Japan, Chase Owens, you think Chase Owens could ever be on the same team as me? I don't give a fuck. Even, listen, I don't choose these matches and I don't choose the members of the Bullet Club. David Finlay does that. But if I'm tagging with Chase Owens, I'm not fucking happy about it. Let me say that. The only people I will recognise are Kenta and Ishimori, because they are 2 legends right there. They are 2 legends.
No HOT?
Huh?
No House of Torture?
Fuck House of Torture. Evil is the biggest neek I've ever seen. What are you talking about? Fuck House of Torture. Show Tanaka show. Walking around with a wrench like... Little nerd. Little fucking purple-haired nerd. Who else? Yujiro Takahashi. Can hardly walk. What the fuck are you talking about? Who else? No, I do actually rate Kanemaru, but he's in House of Torture, so fuck Kanemaru as well. Fuck House of Torture.
I was gonna ask. It was reported your contract was coming to an end. I think it was end of January or so, early Feb, earlier this year, and seemingly you have signed on. You're still with New Japan. With everything you've got to say about New Japan, why did you choose to stay?
I chose to stay because the idea of going to America and beating up them fools is very fun, but just the feeling of beating up some Japanese nerd and then going to a convenience store, copping a strong zero for £1, downing it, getting very drunk, dancing with some very sexy Asian women, going to bed at 5 a.m, waking up at 9 to go to the gym. It's just a very good lifestyle for me. I'm enjoying it too much, honestly. I just enjoy it too much. The Asian women is a big part of it as well. I say that like... I don't know. I mean, NXT is going crazy right now, but it's a good lifestyle for me, and they're paying me very handsomely, as they fucking should.
I hear it.
So right now it's good for me. You know, things can change, and you know, money talks. So whoever wants to talk to me when the time's right. But I feel right now it's best for me to be in Japan and help bring this company back up, because the thing is, I want to hate Japan. I want to I want to have that feeling that I never want to go back. I want to have that feeling that I don't want to be there, but because I've put so much of my life into it, because I literally nearly sacrificed my whole life for it, I can't, there's something in me there's something that just holds me back from dipping out, and I feel like I can't leave until I am the IWGP champion. I can't, because I can't.
It needs to happen for sure.
I can't, because I've, you know, the situations that company have put my life in, and the amount of time I've sat thinking on it, I can't rest. You know, I was ringing people up when I was in hospital. I was saying, give me a title match now, I'm ready now, give it to me. Like, that is, it's in my blood, it's wired in my brain. There's something in my brain that can't let go of it. So, and it's just what needs to happen, and they need to hurry the fuck up and give me a title match, because they're giving Narita title matches, they're giving Shota title matches. Why the fuck are you giving Shota title matches? He ain't done shit. Every big opportunity he's done, he's flopped. Oh, because he can do a good match with Ospreay. Here's a fucking newsflash for you. If you can't have a good match with Ospreay, you should fucking burn your boots, yeah? Because it's Will Ospreay. Everybody knows how good he is. But listen, Shota ain't got shit on me, let's say that. Shota ain't got shit on me. Lost against Ospreay, lost against Naito. He's a little copycat rat, and he ain't got shit on me, so fuck Shota. So hurry up and give me my title match. Tanahashi, you fucking bitch.
Now, I was gonna quickly chat on the last podcast that we all did together. I feel like by default we're all bonded for life just because of
Instantly.
that whole podcast and everything that we went through.
I've
regards to it.
here. Cross arm, no.
I think for me, why that like looking back, why that podcast was so special. It felt very prophetic. Everything that we spoke about in regards to stuff that you wanted to achieve and things you wanted to do, you've gone on to do it. We spoke about the G1, you've done it. You spoke about the Tag League, you've done it. You also mentioned a few names of people that you wanted to, you know, have matches with. You've ended up having them, but there was a specific name that came up, and I was just like, And I feel like this podcast doesn't get enough recognition in regards to like where a lot of your feuds, not a lot of your feuds, but some of the feuds have stemmed
Let's
from.
get to that. Let's get to that. Let's get to that.
We don't get the love for it, but it's fine because the people that watch us, they know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
the real ones know.
Kaito, you know, it seems like the last few years, it's been stemming towards this matchup that you guys are coming up having with the GHC World Heavyweight Title. Talk to us a bit about that. Do you, like, I know you're a New Japan guy, but fighting for the GHC World Title must mean something to you.
100%. You know, it's a very prestigious title. You look at the names that have held that before, and you know who founded that company, and it's, you know, I'm a very disrespectful guy, but I have respect for the right things, and you know, Noah deserves its flowers, but it don't deserve its flowers for what it's become now. It's a fucking embarrassment now, is what Noah's become. You know, they're trying to move away from the Masawa image. That is what you should be leaning towards, because that is the man that made your company. And you just want to dip it all out or move on? No, what can you move on from? But in regards to Noah, I will save Noah. You know, as the champion, I will save Noah. I'll bring more eyes to that company, and I'll bring it back to the wrestling that it should be. You know, I've seen they got super crazy on my undercard. They got super crazy on my undercard. That's pretty good, to be fair, but I don't know about the rest of it. I've seen Great Muta's daughters on there. First of all, I slapped the shit out of Great Muta. Little KG Muto, little Baldy Locks over there. Little fucking bold rat. I seen him quaking in his boots at Budokan, but I will save Noah. Problem with Noah is, Noah's got no stars that are under the age of 45. They're all old as fuck. Listen, legends in their own regard, of course, Segura, Marufuji, Go Shiozaki, you know, these people have done some very serious things in professional wrestling. I'll recognise that and give them their flowers. But now you're in your Zimmer frames, Doc. What are you talking about? You turning up to venues in wheelchairs and shit, KG Muto. You only retired last year, you fucking idiot. Should have retired about 20 years ago. Dickhead. But I will bring it back to what it once was, and you know, I will once again restore the feeling, just like I have in New Japan, and I will continue to do, and I will have a very busy schedule in Japan, keeping those two companies afloat.
What does Noah look like in your image? Noah in the Gabe era, what does it look like?
Gabe's about to explode. He's about to say something, bro.
I'm looking at
The vignette, the opening vignette.
I'm looking-
We're madmen, you know.
Exactly. It's looking like sold out Budokan, sold out Ryogoku, Tokyo Dome looking nice. Not sell out because, you know, some of their wrestlers aren't on my level, but listen, I'll help bring them up. Listen, you can thank me now, honestly. I've seen some Mexican wrestlers from Noah were a bit unhappy about what I had to say. What, Dagger the wrestler.
What'd you say?
Dagger, something, some yawning emoji. I said I got more talent in my right bollock than the whole Noah roster. And then some former champion, Aztec King, first of all, some Noah nerd, some Welsh nerd who does commentary at Noah, picker in something, tag me in something. Imagine being from Nottingham. You are from Wales, you fucking dickhead. You little sheep shagger. Don't ever talk to me before I slap you up. Fucking rat. Go and shag a ram, you little twat. Don't ever mention me on Instagram again. But it looks very good. Anything that I touch looks very good. You see the thing New Japan posted the other day, clip of me and Hanare, 6 million views. Who else doing numbers like that in New Japan? None of them. Evil. House of Torture. Fucking hell.
Obviously, going back to NXT quickly, I can't lie, I saw something, I think it was like last year we were speaking. Last year. You was at the Dungeon 2.0.
I was
There for, I think you was there for a week. I saw you there on the,
I was there, I was in Florida for a bit. I went down for one night to the Dungeon, yeah.
That made me
Matty
happy.
and TJ, yeah, for sure. They got a very good setup down there if you're in the Florida area. And I know it's invite only though, but listen,
So man, I can't roll.
I'm sorry, bro.
I can't roll.
Well, I might be able to.
Yeah,
I might be able to.
Bust me, bro.
I
I
might
forgot
be
you're a
able
wrestler
to.
now, innit?
Yeah, man, come on, man.
I might be able to. I'll see if I can pull some strings. But they got a serious setup down there. Some very serious people training. You know, it's a good mix of people that are trying to break in the industry and people that are already very established. So it was cool to get in there with some new kids and, you know, some established superstars as well. Dawkins, got to tear it up with Dawkins, Angelo Dawkins. So that's a match I want down the line as well. So
Can you tell the world how good Dawkins is?
Yeah, please.
I feel like
yo,
a lot of
Dawkins is
people-
the guy. Dawkins is the guy. Very charismatic, incredible mat wrestler as well. You know, New Japan, they put you through it. You know, you got to grapple with the best of them. And they had to put me and him together for grappling. I was a bit, you know, I'm a madman, you know. I get a bit, I'm very confident in my ability. So I was like, all right. Threw a few feints at him, didn't move, and then before I knew it, he had my ankle. So I'll give him his flowers. In a match, I'd slap the shit out of him, but listen, I'd slap the shit out of anyone. But no, very good wrestler, and I don't say that about too many people. So yeah, Dawkins deserves his flowers for sure.
Just very quickly on the Dungeon. What was it? What would you say are the differences between training in the dojo and training in like the Dungeon with Natty and TJ?
I think, you know, I'd say that it's two different styles, but there wasn't too much of a difference. It was, you know, the same intensity, same heat as the summertime in Japan or LA. You know, the Florida heat was crazy, and we was all, you know, everyone, the work ethic there was incredible. So when you put it like that, I can't really talk about too many differences because, you know, they've just got a great thing going on. You know, I sing the praises of the dojo to the high heavens. You know, that is the best wrestling system in the world. You know, anybody who hasn't been through that, I don't think you're worth shit. But if you're in the Dungeon, I think that is definitely on a similar level. You know, you've got world class, you know, Tyson Kidd. You know, TJ, just incredible mind for it and incredibly smart, and he's sharing his knowledge down there with those guys, and it's a very good setup down there. Very good setup.
Is there like any difference? Obviously, you went to the LA dojo. There's one in Tokyo. Is there like any difference between the two, or is there like, does one dojo have like a higher success rate than the other?
I think you can't really compare it like that because the Noge dojo the Japanese dojo been going since 1972. LA dojo had a stint in the early 2000s, then it closed down, and then it had a stint just recently, but now it's not a dojo anymore. LA dojo's finished, it's an academy now, so it's a different setup. It's not what it used to be. A dojo is where you get invited there, you live there, you train there, you eat there, you sleep there. An academy is where, you know, you go there and train a certain amount of times a week and you get your training from that. But I think I'd say this, nobody was out working the LA dojo, Katsuyori Shibata's LA dojo, because listen, regardless of how I feel about that geezer now, his mindset when he was the coach was, I can't wrestle on shows, so this is my way of living as a wrestler. But he was coming in on a mission statement as well. I think that's why, you know, like I say, I have my feelings on that guy, but he instilled some venom in us that, you know, he was like, if you're in there with a Noge dojo guy, a Japanese dojo guy, you gotta fuck him up, you know, like, you're representing LA dojo, you're representing me, and I can't do it, so you gotta represent for us, and that's exactly what we did. We pissed all over them kids, so it was, I just know that we were going harder than them in training, and, you know, those guys have been, you know, doing the same system since 1972. We were adding new training, new recovery. We were just doing it better than them, and evident it's speaking for itself now, so yeah, I think.
You spoke about last time a bit of your disdain towards Shibata. Is there a little bit of your heart softening, like happy to see him back on TV, back wrestling now, or is it still F him?
I'll be honest, I feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest, because I seen some clips from that AEW pay-per-view the other day when I was going on Twitter to chat shit to someone. That's all I do, chat shit to someone or like some pictures of some baddies, but I seen a clip of him, some moped, and I didn't know it was at Verse, but I chuckled when I found out it was Chris Jericho, and they're stood in the middle of the ring hitting each other with kendo sticks, and I felt a bit sad for him, because regardless of how I feel about him, he's one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time, and now he's doing that, so yeah, good for you, mate. Well done. Earn your money, brother. But I would slap the shit out of you, you fucking idiot. I'd beat the shit out of you. We already had that tag match. Don't worry about the result about that. I would slap the shit out of you. 100%.
Obviously, this is gonna like make you think into the future and stuff. But like when it's all said and done, like when
my boy, ain't say what you saying, bro? What you saying, bro?
This is obviously thinking into the future, but when it's all said and done, when you've had your career, what do you want the legacy of Gabe Kid to be? Like, what do you want to be remembered as? Like, when they introduce you into, like, whatever Hall of Fames, when you're a retired veteran, earning residuals, you're on podcasts like this, what do you want to be remembered as?
That's a very good question, and I got a very good answer for you. Listen, right now, all I go online and see, all I see when I watch wrestling or see wrestling or look at the monitor backstage, all I see is everyone doing the same shit over and over again. Everyone wants to be like Ospreay. Everyone wants to be like Zack Sabre. Or there's all these little mini-me's walking around the scene, and now I'm seeing all these little Gabe Kid mini-me's. Don't think I ain't seen you little rats. I'll slap the shit out of you when I see you. But all I see is mini-me's of other people. No one's original anymore. No one's doing anything different. So my legacy is making pro wrestling hype, making pro wrestling something exciting, something people want to see. The world has an image of pro wrestling, and none of these wrestlers are helping it because they're just doing the same shit over and over, making us look like fools, making us look carny. I'm gonna make pro wrestling hype, bring it into the mainstream. I want pro wrestling to be mainstream. I want it to be on obviously it's on TV in America. I want it to be in Hollywood, everywhere. I want everyone to be talking about it like it used to be. And especially Japanese wrestling, you know, Japanese wrestling never been in the mainstream, apart from in Japan. But even now, like, who's been a star in the past, 10 years, really? I'm talking star. I'm not talking pro wrestling star, like niche little market. I'm talking on adverts, on TV, doing this. Who? Okada. Where's he? Gone to America. He's fucked off. So, and he didn't even do a good job of it anyway. So I'll be the one to do that. The dogs will be the one to do that, and really bring mainstream. And listen, I fucking hate TikTok, but if I have to get on TikTok,
no, you need to get on TikTok.
I'll get on TikTok. I'll get on TikTok.
Cardi B, Sweetie, Gorilla, like they're all there.
Say less, I'm down.
Make it now.
I'll
Sign up
find my
now.
rights away to the Chinese
what's the
right
name?
now.
People gonna follow you right now. What's the TikTok name? It'll be Gabe Kid, right?
It'll be Gabe Kid O15.
Jeez, you hear it.
Yeah, nobody take that username or I'll fuck you up.
Just on legacy and building yours, you obviously won the New Japan Strong Belt against Eddie Kingston.
Yes.
What was it like for you just to even win the belt, like to finally get a singles title? Because on Indie Takers, we've been talking about it. Me and Del have been talking about it on this podcast for the longest. That Gabe is amazing, but he needs a belt that he can hold and just say it's mine and defend it. So what was it like?
Listen, it just felt right. It felt right. It was about time. These men haven't been giving me no title matches, no nothing. And I'll be honest, I know, listen, I talk a lot of shit. I can accept my flaws. I should be never Openweight champion right now, but I fucked that up for myself. Because that guy's got a very hard head, bro, and I've knotted him with a headbutt and I knocked myself out. I was fucked after that match and I could hardly walk backstage, so I should be never Openweight champion. But listen, you live and you learn, and the next opportunity I get, that belt will be mine, 100%. And I came in, I'm almost glad it happened. Listen, I say it all the time, God's plan. I wasn't supposed to win that belt then because it gave me the venom that I needed to go into California, spit on Eddie Kingston and take his title. And where's he now? In a fucking hospital bed, yeah? All these people want to talk shit online about me, want to say, oh, we need to talk about Gabe, we need to talk about Gabe. Yeah, you need to talk about how fucking dangerous I am. Are you mad? I am dangerous. I am trying to hurt people, you fucking silly. I'm the man. Fuck Eddie Kingston, he sat at home. I've done him a favour, he can sit at home, eat KFC, what's the fucking problem? What's the problem? Nothing. So it felt right, and it was my time. It was my time.
I was going to just talk about the landscape of wrestling right now. We've now entered a period in time where, like, it's fun. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we got like I'll say this: hip hop is now brought itself back into wrestling.
100%.
We've seen Sexyy Red. We've seen Sweetie. We even saw Floyd Mayweather at AEW. My question to you is this: like, obviously you've been at the dungeon, right? And I'm not sure if you're going to be at Forbidden Door, but is there going to be one day where you're like, do you know what, my time in New Japan's done. I would love to go to either a WWE or AEW. I know your thoughts on WWE as it is, but would there be a time, and AEW, but do you reckon there'll be a time where you're like, do you know what, let me give this a go?
Listen, I try and live in the moment. Not even try, I live in the moment, and regardless, where I am right now is New Japan. Where I'm going to be for the time being is New Japan. So for now, it's fuck AEW and fuck WWE. I don't give a shit about them two right now. But when they put a fat stack of cash on the table and a nice big contract, then that might change. Then it might be fuck New Japan as well. But until that time, I'm enjoying this ride. I'm enjoying this life, and I'm enjoying the fruits of my hard work and the rewards that I'm getting right now for the repercussions of what I've been doing, for the amount of hours I've put in. 14 years I've been doing this now, and it's been, everyone likes to go on Instagram and think it's an overnight thing. Oh, how do I get to your level? Through fucking hard work is how you get to my level. That's how you get to my level, being patient. Dan Maloney told me this, Driller Maloney, sorry. And I'll never forget this. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. With those two things, you just grind away, 1% better every day. That's it. That samurai spirit, Kaizen, 1% every single day. You're there, look, I got it inked on me right now. Because that is me, I'm the English samurai, that is me. Nobody's got more fighting spirit than me, and that's what it's about. It's about constant improvement and not getting caught up in shit. I don't care what's going on in WWE or AEW right now because I'm not there. Maybe I'll start looking at AEW because, like you say, Forbidden Door is coming up. But I'll slap a few of them around and then I'll see if I want to do it full time. You know, it's a big commitment. So if I enjoy it, maybe I'll go there. But if not, then I'll stick around and enjoy beating up Japanese people some more.
So last month, we just entered a new month. Last month was Mental Health Awareness Month. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good, bro. I am good. I'll say this. I gotta keep myself in check. The thing is, I'm a very aware person. Which is good. The problem before was I was not aware of anything. So I couldn't see what I was doing and I was just self-destructing. But right now, after I've been through all that, I'm very aware, so I can see signs and I can feel them, and it helps me a lot. But I feel like now, the energy that before I was putting into and venting out and going crazy, I just bottle that energy up, and when I'm in the ring, it just goes off, and that is like my release. And then when I'm backstage, I do my thing, and I gotta disconnect myself because sometimes I get, there's been a few, I'm not gonna go into it because, this is my business and the company's business, but there's been a few problems where, I've come backstage and, it's come close to something, so I have to, the dogs keep me calm. They know me better than anyone, I ain't got my family with me on the road, so when I'm alone it can feel very lonely and empty, and that's when I want to lash out, but the dogs keep me calm. Until they give me a highball, then it gets crazy again, yeah? But I'm good. I appreciate it, I'm good. I'm very good.
Just to peel back the curtain a little bit, you obviously said that you was on a path of self-destruction. We had a chat with Tate Mayfairs not too long ago about how faith has helped him in wrestling and whatnot. Do you look to faith when you're wrestling? Do you pray to God?
100% I pray to God, yeah. And I didn't before. And I remember specifically I was speaking to you at the time when I was going through it. I would be like up all hours of the night. I'd be walking at 3 a.m. in the morning, just middle of the night. I'd go on like 8-mile walks or 10, 12, however long it was. I'd just walk for hours and I was just speaking. And I feel like I cannot claim to be a Christian or anything like that. I can't quote you anything from the Bible. I tried to go to church after I came out of hospital and I just felt like they were selling me something. But I feel the moments that I have with God in the morning and at night are very pivotal. Like, for example, I woke up the other day and I don't watch AEW, I don't know none of that shit. I seen there was a casino battle royal or something to get a shot at the belt of Forbidden Door, and I was like, why the fuck am I not in that match? Have I not done enough for this company? Have I not promoted them enough? Have I not done this shit? I was pissed. And I went to the gym, I had a shit workout and I was pissed. And I was gonna go home and skip cardio, and I said, don't be a fool, don't be a bitch, get in there, get it done. Because regardless of how you feel, you can cry all you want about it. I didn't cry, by the way, I'll never cry over AEW, what the fuck. But I was not feeling good, but I went in there and I got it done. I had a shit day. I woke up the next day and I got some very good news from a family member. And then the weather was good, everything just worked itself out, and I feel that every now and again God will send me messages and talk to me in certain ways that will I'll see a number or a sequence of numbers that will just remind me, and it will be when I'm about to make a wrong decision, I'll see it and it will just help keep me guided on that path. So 100%. And I never, you know, I went to a Church of England school and I was never religious or anything like that, but after I went through that, I felt like God did speak to me, and I had a very spiritual experience there, and that does help me every day push through and keep going.
With that being said, how are you able to find time to like recharge yourself with your hectic schedule as well? Wrestling, training, recovering. How are you able to find the time to just be you again, get back into your zone?
Just gotta make it work, you know. There's things you can control, there's things you can't control. I can't control that I'm a fucking superstar and they want to send me anywhere and everywhere, sorry. But I can control the choices that I make, you know. I can choose to eat a bad meal, but I know it's gonna make me feel bad when I know I'm waking up early the next morning to train, so I can make that choice, but I'm gonna... Yo, do you need to take a shit or something, bro?
Not yet.
Great. Pause the camera, big man.
It's just bad, yeah? Before we started rolling the cameras, bro,
By the way, he took a Gaviscon because he needed a shit.
I told Gabe...
He took a heartburn tablet because he needed a shit.
I had a crazy meal the night, like yesterday, innit? And I was trying to get it all out before I come here, innit? Because I got training after this. And I took bare stuff.
Forward rolls are gonna make you shit.
Bro, one set go, I'm off. Set go. But yeah, man, I definitely feel that, man. But even in terms of like obviously as we're getting older and stuff, when we spoke about faith and stuff, just going back to that. As we're getting older and stuff, we're now finding out stuff for ourselves, because we've obviously, I grew up in the church and obviously saw stuff in the church, but I was seeing this stuff but not knowing how important and what I can take from it and apply it to my life, innit? So like, even obviously you're still young, you're still going up the ranks and seeing stuff, and God's showing you places and even putting you in places where you're like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah. And obviously at times we have our doubts. We're like, listen, like we have our doubts all the time. Like we sit here after podcast and we talk and we're like, oh, we should have been on this. We should have done that. Why are we not there? But then again, like you always say,
everybody does, yeah.
God's plan. God's plan.
It never happens when you want it to happen. It happens when it's supposed to happen.
Yes, bro.
Listen,
yes, brother.
Yeah.
And when one door closes, another one opens, and he guides you that right way, and you know, you just gotta trust it. Absolutely. I feel like I tell myself I'll catch myself stressing about something, and then I'll be like, you stressing out about this, you're not trusting God. You're not trusting him, because he is gonna put you there, because you know you're making the right choices, but it's not the time yet. It's not the time, so go on, brother, get that Gaviscon out your system. Get that Gavis gone.
Yo, it's interesting you say that, because like there's even a Bible verse, I can't remember it off head, it says that what does a man gain stressing? It doesn't add another day to your life, etc.
Nope.
So you literally just have to kind of stay present.
You have to. You have to, because you can't change what's already happened, and you can't control a lot. You can control your future to a certain degree, but there's always going to be... There's going to be storms.
Yeah.
Is the camera on? Yeah. Oh, I see.
Yeah, because I think your career, like, just in general, like, what you've, like, done in terms of your career, like, you came from, like, a extremely low period, and people can see you, like, on New Japan talking your shit, but it's, like, I feel like your story is like almost like a testimony for like a lot of like people out there, a lot of wrestlers that we don't, as fans, we don't get to see the wrestlers. All people like me do just be like sit online and see, oh, this match was shit, but you don't know like we don't know like the man behind like the wrestler. So like what advice or what like words of affirmation can you put out there for like somebody who's a wrestler who's been training but they're not getting bookings, they're not receiving
On the street.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
What do you say? What's his question?
I can't repeat that.
I have bookings, brother. Oh no.
But yeah,
I've done 4 weeks. How many sessions is that? Fuck it. After this, we're going to the ring. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight, bro.
Nah,
Tiger Driver 90 what?
You do not. You don't want that.
Oh, fam.
Nobody wants that. But I'd say, listen, the first thing that you shouldn't do is go online and bitch and moan about it because you look exactly like that little bitch. All I see is people, oh, I'm underrated. No, you're not, because you're online talking about how good you are. If you were that good, you'd be where you want to be. So shut the fuck up and keep stepping. What I'd say is, if you believe, first of all, you got to believe that you are that good. You do have to have that. But you have to have the ability to back it up too. Everyone used to say to me, oh, you talk too much, you talk too much. I said, watch me in the ring and tell me I talk too much, because I'm fucking good at it. I talk because I know I can back it up. I talk because I'm 100% confident that, you know, you put me in the ring with anyone, you put me in the ring with the most famous wrestler on the planet, I am better than them, and I will hold myself like that because I truly believe it. And you need to believe that you can make it. You need to believe that you can beat everything that you're talking about and that you're saying. Because if you don't believe it, who else is going to believe it? But you just need to be patient, you know. This industry is fucked, like most entertainment industries, you know. You see people doing it the right way their whole career and they don't make it. And you see a piece of shit come in, do 2 years, talk to the right person and get a spot, and then they're making money, you know. So that's just the nature of the beast. That's another thing you can't control. So you just gotta firm it. You know, there's a lot of people in the UK right now that come to me and say, I just feel like I need to go to the next level, and what do I need to do? I say, keep going. You do it. What you're doing right now isn't wrong, but you just need time and God's plan. Exactly. Like, it's gonna happen. Just don't lose your head. Don't lose your composure. Like the times when you don't want to do it and when it doesn't feel like it's going right, they're the most important ones. So this is the best way I can describe it. And this is how I try and model myself off, right? Bisons, the animal, a bison, when they're in a storm, they go towards it. They walk towards it. You can go on like some David Attenborough shit or something. There's a sick clip of a bison and its snow is just going straight, but they're just walking towards it because it's the hardest part. And that's what you need to do. Like, there's always going to be storms in life. There's always going to be something that isn't. It's never going to go your way how you want it. It's never going to be this. It's never going to be how you envision it to be. But they're going to, like, roadblocks are going to come along the way, and you just got to firm it. You got to walk through that storm, and then when you come out that storm, it is very beautiful. So I'd just say be patient and believe in yourself are the most important things, and work hard, you know.
Yeah. You spoke about social media.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially amongst like in the last 10 years, we've seen obviously the rise of social media, and social media is a entity that previous generations haven't had to deal with. Do you feel like the effects of social media are like in the locker rooms? And what I mean by that is, social media can tell you the shittest wrestler in the world, can tell you you're the best wrestler in the world. Right. Do you see wrestlers coming in with like elevated egos because a clip went viral?
Because a clip went viral or people are talking about them on Twitter, and it's like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, Twitter isn't real. None of that is real. I can go on there and say something today that is completely false, but it's there and people will believe it. You can say anything you like on the internet. And that's the problem, you know, everyone's got this power now where they can have a voice and say it, and some people just shouldn't have a voice, and that's the truth. But 100% you see it, you know, people think they're big because they got over 10k followers on Instagram. You are a nobody in the grand scheme of things, and they carry themselves. But I'll say this, I've been, what year is it now, last month it would have been 15 years since my first training session. And I'll say this, the people who have done the most in this business are the nicest ones because they got nothing to prove. It's the little dickheads who've done a few CZW shows, come over and think they're king shit, that are the biggest knobheads because they got a bit of fame online. But you know, you speak to Sean Waltman every time I met him, X-Pac, one of the nicest geezers you'll ever meet, you know, always got time for people. So I think, yeah, people buy into that stuff too much. That's why I go on there, look at some sexy women, chat shit on someone, and I get the fuck off it, because it's just a cesspool of the worst people. It's just like where all these people who are not cool go to be cool, or they think they can act cool and create this persona.
Do you know what's mad, yeah? You see when you come back on Twitter and you had the new account, but it was you was writing in Japanese.
Yeah.
Do you know I thought that was a fake account? I messaged you, I was like, bro, it's your real account. I thought someone was trying to impersonate you. I was like, bro, I was going to report it. You're lucky I didn't report it, bro. Because that account would have been gone. So like, yeah, when you like, even when you made an account coming back and stuff, like, I know you wanted to come back with Japanese and stuff, but was that a way to like trying to like get these, I say, waste men off your back, or was it just
not even? I mean, yeah, my Twitter account went, and then I didn't want to get it back, but I just wanted to use Instagram. But in Japan, not too many people use Instagram compared to Twitter. Twitter to them is like that's their social network. So I was only trying to reach out to them. They were the only fans that I was bothered about, like reaching out to at that time, because I was ready to go back to Japan and be, you know, the guy. But you know, this is the thing for me. Twitter to me is, I'm not on TNT or TBS or any of them channels. I'm not on Monday Night Raw. I don't get TV time. So how am I gonna reach to a global audience? Twitter. And you know, as much as I hate it, that's my job to do that. So, but I kind of do enjoy just going on there, chatting some shit on people now, especially when you see my feed on Twitter, bro.
Yeah,
it's very mad.
It's mad.
It's very mad.
Because
some
you are
sexy Asian gym girls.
It's mad because you are what?
I'm a madman, you know. I am.
You talked about obviously where you can't be found on TV just yet. Where I found Gabe Kid was on YouTube. My first time I saw you wrestle, WCPW.
Big up WCPW.
Yeah, you had a bit more timber than you do now. You're a bit leaner now.
Yeah, a little bit.
You had just beaten the current WWE champion.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
For the WCPW
Let's talk about
Internet Championship.
Let's talk about that, because I've seen Cody Rhodes saying he's coming back to Japan. With my permission, you'll come back to Japan. I'm the guy now. I'm the guy in Japan, not you. Not you. I'm making Bullet Club famous, so just make sure you drop me a message to make sure you can come in there, otherwise I'll come along and slap the blonde eye out your hair or something.
What does it mean, like, you know, you talk about how long you've been in the game at this point and the trials and tribulations, like that's something that's, you know, like I said, it's out there, it's on YouTube, it can be seen. Really good match, a fatal 4-way match I think it was. Like, just from those beginnings in wrestling, like, to now, can you see like your growth, and like, do you take time to kind of be proud of those moments?
100%. You got to take a step back sometimes when you're like, obviously you got to be present, but you got to take a step back and admire what you've done. And you know, just going back to legacy and all of that stuff, like the main thing was when I was doing shows in England in front of 10 people, and you know, there was some words going around about me and people didn't think I was very good and they thought I'd just be a certain thing. I always knew I was going to be this, and that was the most important thing. I always knew I was going to be a star. And where are those people now? They're either cancelled or in the fucking mud doing nothing, zilch. So fuck all them people, you know. And yeah, it just comes down to that. Like, just I knew that was going to be my path. I knew, like, when WCPW came around, that was my break per se. But even look at that, I got my break. I was main event in England, and I chose to go back and to day one essentially and become a young lion. You know, I had to learn to run the ropes again. And as a 9-year pro, that's, you know, it's a head fuck, because you've been doing something for over 10 years and then you've suddenly got a guy telling you you're doing it wrong. Kevin Kelly told me at the start, before I even started training, like my first weekend I was there, he said, you're gonna have it harder than anybody else, because these kids are coming in new. These kids are coming in as a clean slate, so the first thing they're learning is the best way to do it. You've been picked up all these bad habits, now you're gonna have to unlearn them all and learn it again the right way. And yeah, it was a head fuck, but look, I'm here now, and I came through that. The dojo system, I feel if you can get through that, you can get through nearly anything, because that's the hardest shit. You were never off. You were 8 in the morning to 11 at night, you were on. Like, you have to stand up when people come in the room, and people don't understand, you know, they hear the stories of the training, or they see like a 2-minute clip of the training. It's an everyday thing when you're in there, so I just feel that I always knew it was going to come to this, and you just gotta, I just believed in myself, and obviously that came to light when I beat Cody Rhodes. And look at him now, you know, he's the WWE champion, congratulations, but if I ever want that belt, I'll rock up wherever the fuck I want and take it off you. 100%.
Sounds like
I will take it off you.
Is it? Could it be? It's Gabe Kid.
Wasn't he in New Jersey?
So from there to what I would call one of the most entertaining New Japan matches I've seen in quite a while, the War Games style match between, you know, the War Dogs and United Empire. How do you, like, we don't see New Japan usually involve itself in those kind of gimmick matches, like, but they did, and I felt like all of you guys involved done a great job. Like, can you prepare for a match of that, like, insanity?
No, because whatever you think's gonna happen doesn't happen, so you can't prepare yourself for that. You think Hanare can prepare that I was gonna lob a table at his head?
That was memo.
No. You think, I don't know, there was too much. I was not in that match for half of it, because to be fair to that fucker, that was the hardest I've ever been hit, and I was gone after that. I did not know where I was. I was on the floor, I seen Dan, I was like, where the fuck am I? What is going on right now? And I had to recoup myself and finish it. But no, of course you can't, because listen, I get myself very worked up before matches. When I go out there, I am a madman. I am crazy. Like I say, it's me getting everything out my system and just going balls to the wall, crazy, work ethic, beating the fuck out of everyone. But sometimes I don't expect people to bring it like I'm going to bring it. So you can't fathom, and that's the best part about it though. That's what gets my dick hard, because that shit, like, not knowing what's going to, like, something happens, you get caught with something, then you're like, all right, motherfucker, now we're on. And you get a boner.
Master, forget the origin.
What's it like when you're
Magnum in my system?
when you're in that style match, or just any match, and you either feel, you see your own blood? Like you said, you work yourself to the point where you're a madman coming out. Yeah. When you see your own blood, what's that feeling like? And then going from there, like.
Super Saiyan. Super rock hard.
Where's the camera?
Nah.
Hey, fuck The Rock as well. I'll beat the shit out of The Rock. I'll slap the shit out of The Rock, little part-timer. You want some real wrestling, come to New Japan. You can't, what?
The Rock in New Japan?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Listen, I'll say this right now. You want to talk about a real forbidden door? Let's open it. I'll fucking put this out there right now. Wrestle Kingdom 19, I want Randy Orton one-on-one. I'm saying that right now. He had a bit of beef with Ospreay back in the day. He didn't do shit about it. Randy Orton, I want you one-on-one. You want to open the real forbidden door? I don't give a fuck about AEW. I'll deal with them when I go there. I'll deal with them at the official forbidden door. Now, Wrestle Kingdom 19, I want Randy Orton. I'm saying that right now.
That is
I want Randy Orton. Listen, look at me. I'm the legend killer now, yeah? I'm the legend killer now. I killed Tanahashi, gonna kill off Shingo, gonna kill off all these Japanese legends, then I'm coming for your head.
Ooh, Randy Orton versus Gabe, I'd like to see that. Randy Orton versus Gabe, I'd like to see that. Gabe. Wow.
It's crazy.
Don't get it twisted, I'll fuck up Randy Orton.
Wow. The landscape, you see the landscape, it's changed. It was like this before, now it's like this. That's it, it's changed.
Speaking of Forbidden Door, we saw Sexyy Red.
Let's talk about it, because now I'm really amped up.
I was thinking about a different Forbidden Door. We saw Sexyy Red on NXT.
You're going to get me even more amped.
Who would you like to see in New Japan? Give us 5. Give 5 names you would like to see in New Japan.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion, number 1. I seen you was in Tokyo, babes, and you didn't even holler at me, so you might have to move down to number 3, honestly, for that, just for that. But number 3, Meg the Stallion. Yo, number 1, that's a hard spot to fill. Ice Spice, you can come over there. Listen, I don't want to like you, Ice Spice. You talk a bit too profanity for me, but you know.
Coming from you. Coming from you.
No, listen.
Turn it down.
Tone it down, Ice Spice. You don't need to talk about your batty at every given opportunity. We get it. We can see it. It's there. I can see it very clearly, but. Listen, you can come in 100%. Bushido, get Ice Spice on there right now. I want Ice Spice to come to Wrestle Kingdom as well. Watch me beat the shit out of Randy Orton. But we got Ice Spice. What's her name? I always mess up her name, bro, because I'm dyslexic and I get the E and the A mixed up. Shenseiya.
Oh, Shenseiya.
Shenseiya. Yeah. Oh my God.
Shenseiya New Japan, you know.
Oh my God.
Man with fantastic taste.
Who else?
Gabe is basically saying all
There's a
those
Japanese
bookmarks.
actress I seen the other day.
My bookmarks.
He's basically saying all your bookmarks.
Are you sure?
Why? Who else? Throw me some names.
Who else is in your bookmarks?
Huh? Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi B. Cardi.
Minaj.
Who? Nicki Minaj. Oh, that'll be that. Yeah.
2024.
Auntie. That's an auntie.
No, but what? But she was on that whole like.
In Malta, yeah.
Auntie. I need you.
No, to be fair,
She wasn't
when
on the
I was 13,
I do that.
Super Bass.
Do you get what I mean? Do you get it?
Super Bass video was going very nuts.
Nicki Minaj was
Someone
on the
posted a
whole.
GIF thread of Nicki Minaj yesterday. I said I'm involved.
I liked it. I liked it.
So I'm involved still.
I liked it.
Is there any like rappers in general? Obviously, we're talking about women here, but is there any rappers in general that you love to make the trip over? Obviously, because I know we send each other gram clips all the time.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
Imagine if like I don't know, you say.
DWE in New Japan.
Yeah, if you could get like a walkout.
Wait,
like
what are
they
we
do.
talking about? I thought we were talking about sexy girls.
I've shifted it.
What? Wait, let's make sure.
Let's start again. Let's do
the women first.
The women.
you need
I
three.
think we named most of them. Listen.
Three. So
Yeah, I name 3 very sexy women. There's some Japanese ones that I don't know the names, but they're very sexy. So listen, those as well. But let's talk about let's switch it. Talk about what people from hip hop.
Or hip hop or grime, any sort of genre of music that you know would love to see at New Japan show. You're like, right, he's here. Or for example, you see how
I'll say
Westside
that's
Gun's
what-
everywhere. Like he's everywhere. He's at Westside Gun.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
like-
And Flash Garments as well.
Yeah, Flash Garments,
I met him out in Tokyo.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I met Flash Garments out in Tokyo. Big up Flash Garments. Yeah. Yeah, I met him out in Tokyo, and he's obviously crossing over the bridge in pro wrestling and all that stuff.
Is he gonna start? Do you reckon he's gonna start?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, he's involved in pro wrestling. You know, he's doing
he's
entrances in Wembley and stuff, which is big. So
can we get Del to do your walkout at Wrestle Kingdom?
We need that, man.
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Listen,
Are you sure?
it's gonna happen. Trust me, bro.
What is it again, guys? God's plan.
God's plan. God's plan.
It's a Sunday as well.
But in terms of, listen, I would like, obviously the people you just named, I'd like to see grime come more into pro wrestling, you know?
Because
Like,
Graham is in Japan right now. Obviously, big up
Of
Elijah.
course.
Big up our guy Elijah. He does the thing where he posts up like random places that you find Graham. He found Graham in India. He found Graham in Brazil, and he found
Yes.
Graham in Japan. So they had a set in Japan where people just getting crazy.
I know,
Even-
do you ever see, what is it called? I can't remember the channel, but might have been Link Up TV.
Link Up TV?
No,
yeah.
who did the £5 munch?
that was big.
Grime Report.
Grime Report.
Yeah.
They had a guy, a Japanese guy, packing. Bro,
Oh, the guy on the steps. The guy on the steps. Yeah, the guy on the steps. Yeah.
When he's like, shout out all the grime MCs from.
And he goes in.
Yeah, Oscar, some of this too. Yeah, too cold. But no, I've got him on Instagram. We talk on regular, but I'll message him and say, tell me when your next set is because I'm there. But I'll either be away on tour or I'll be wrestling that night and not be able to make it. But yeah, I want to see something happen out there for sure. For sure. Mez, any of the Nottingham guys, there's a guy called Bourne. He was born.
Is he got?
He's masked. Yeah.
Yeah, and he rapped outside the corner shop.
Yes.
Bro,
Yeah,
that guy's hard.
He was on Graham Daily.
Yeah. I found him on TikTok, and I had to go back and watch the full thing.
He's very cold, bro. He's very cold.
Well, is DE Velomer? Is he in? He's from Nottingham, innit?
Nah, Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Come on, man. Don't disrespect me like that, bro.
What about my man? That legend, bro. I forgot his name, bro.
Who did the set with Skepta? Vango.
Vango. Where's him?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. A lot of them are stopped from Knots. A lot of them are stopped. Yeah, when he had Skepta going crazy.
Skepta going crazy, yeah.
Oh, what was the bar?
It's getting right chilly in
about,
here.
Yeah.
Chilly in here. You man not bringing something.
No girl could ever wear my Rolex.
Yeah.
Don't bring Willie in here.
Yeah. Frango's cold still.
Very cold, bro.
Cold.
So you spoke about obviously Bushido and samurai stuff, and obviously you got the samurai tattoo. What does that actually mean to you? Because obviously, like, I'm someone who is a fan from afar of like Japanese culture, like samurai culture and stuff like that. What does Bushido, like the warrior's code, mean to you, and like why was it so important to you to get it tatted on you?
I mean, it's the true meaning of not giving up. You know, you're gonna face adversity. That's what the training's made for. That's why when I see people doing these like 1,000 squat workouts for fun, I'm like, you're an idiot, because that just does up your knees that just hurts your knees. But it's about not giving up. It's about anybody can do 1,000 squats if they wanted to. But it's that little voice in your mind when it starts getting hard is going to tell you to stop doing it. Oh, my leg's hurting, or this is burning my thighs. But you have a choice. You can push through that, or you can stop. You know, I'm gonna pass out before I die. And that really taught me that, because the first few months I was there, it was a huge culture shock. And, you know, a few times in the training was, you know, I'll admit it, I give up a few times, and I got very heavily disciplined for that. And I truly believe that as much as I hate New Japan, I became a man in that dojo, and that's what, I became a man there. And I feel like it's lost its way in Japan, especially in New Japan, you know. That's what it used to be about, and now everyone's trying to be a carny, I don't know. This guy walking around saying his name is evil. Your name is Watanabe, Doc, yeah? Your name is Watanabe. We all seen you as a young lion. Your name is Watanabe. El Desperado, we all seen you as a young lion. Like, you could never scare me, so I think it's lost I think that's what New Japan has lost. I think it's lost that fighting spirit. You type in Japanese wrestling on YouTube, what are the clips that come up? It's Shibata, Suzuki, Ishii. And now none of those people are being highlighted.
Real men,
exactly. Real men. Real Japanese pro wrestlers. And I'm just having fun in that company right now, beating up these Japanese men that are supposed to have that, and I just get in and I can't feel it from them. So it's, you know, I'm pissing them off enough where I'm getting it out of them. I'll say something to someone and they'll hit me and I'll be like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Now get down, you little rat. But it's, you know, it's that spirit. That's what this means to me. That's why I got it inked on my body. That's why I got the samurai sword behind my head, because especially now, of course there are going to be times when you don't feel like it, you don't feel like doing it, but or you feel like stopping, or this isn't working out. No, see the course. You've set out to do a plan, set to it, stick to it. And this is just a nice little reminder for me, if I'm ever, like, this is a recent thing, but I was in the gym doing hard cardio yesterday, and you get them little voices, that inner bitch wanting to tell you to quit, that inner bitch telling you to stop or telling you to take a break or something. But I look down at this and I'm like, fuck you. And then you just get it done, and that's where champions are made. Like, everybody's great when they're 100%, but champions are when you're tired. Like, who's going to perform when you're tired? Who's going to push through when you're tired, you know? And it translates for everything. Pro wrestling, MMA, you know.
Facts.
Life in general, you know.
Facts.
You could have an office job and they could be sending you mad emails. That's, you know, my dad's a legend. My dad, you know, has an office job and they fucking pile shit on him, but he just firms it. He comes in, he's like, right, this is what I got to do. I can sit here and be upset about it, or I can do it. So it's a very, you know, Ireland, and my dad's Irish, and I feel a lot of that does come from his side of the family, that Irish spirit. I feel Irish people have a different, they've, you know, been treated badly their whole lives, or, you know, there's just a lot of history there. And I feel Irish people just have that different, that dog in them, you know what I mean? And I feel
resilience.
Exactly, resilience. That's what my mum says to me sometimes as well. She says, when I was going through the stuff a couple of years ago, she said, I knew you were going to be fine because you're just resilient. You don't, even though it beats you down like to a point where it almost stops you, you're just too, when you find that like, that, when you just harness that energy from inside you, like you get there every time. So I knew you were going to be fine, but it was just hard when there was a point I didn't know if you could. But when I started seeing it, and I think it just comes down to that. That's what it's about for me, and just about that. Yeah. A symbol of, you know, 2 very bad years in my life, and a lot of things happened, and just kind of I made it through that. So now I do feel invincible in certain aspects. I just feel nobody in pro wrestling has, well, obviously people have gone through similar things, but I know that my journey is different because it was intertwined with pro wrestling. So all my stuff that happened, and when I lost my head, it was all intertwined through pro wrestling. So now I just feel that nobody in wrestling can touch me. I just feel that way, 100%.
Reflecting back on your journey from when you were younger, when do you feel like the rebrand happens, when you flip the switch in your head that I'm going to change, I'm going to be a madman, I'm going to, you know, fuck everyone up, win championships? Because like when you were younger, you had the physical change as well. You were a bit stockier. Yeah. Now you're very leaned out and more muscular. When did you flip that switch in your head to say, I'm going to change, I'm going to be better, bro?
Well, the first one came the first time I went to the dojo, because I remember I was in the kitchen with Shibata, and I said to him, I said, obviously a very different man to I am now. I said, Shibata-san, I want LA Dojo. I want to be a member of this team. You know, I've been training with them for a week or so at that point. I said, this is where I want to be. And I'll never forget it, bro. Stood in the kitchen, just me and him. And he grabbed my belly fat. And he went, this, no strength, no power, just fat. And when a grown man grabs your belly fat, bro, and says that to you, someone that you look up to as well.
Fucking violent.
Exactly. I've never felt like more of a bitch in my life. So when that happened, I was like, I am never gonna let him do that to me ever again. Like, next time he sees me, I'm gonna come back a different animal. And then, 3 months later, I dropped 50 pounds, like 20-something kilos. He said, you need to get down to this weight and then talk to me. Like it was less than 3 months, it was like 2 months. And I sent him my weight, and he was like, good, okay, you're gonna come to the dojo then. And I was like, cool. But then I feel the madman stuff, that's not, the thing is about me, like, wrestling was the only thing that I ever really cared about or put effort into, and it was one of the only things that I was good at too. I was never good in school. I found out after I left school that I was dyslexic and ADHD, so I had no help in school, and they just thought I was like a class clown, you know. They thought I didn't get no help from nobody, and like didn't have the best time there. So I just knew that wrestling was my calling. I knew it was my thing to do, and like I say, the stuff where I lost my head through pro wrestling, the way I could describe it best is that Picasso, right? He got so, or who was it? Van Gogh. He got so into his art that he just got lost in it, completely lost, and that's how I felt. At that time, I felt like, God rest his soul, Heath Ledger. I felt like that. I felt like I couldn't differentiate the wrestler and the person. And you know, it's a constant everyday struggle that I have to work on. Sometimes I can't, but I have to take myself to a place where I can get it under control. And it's, you know, the madman thing came around because I'm a madman. I was, a very crazy guy. I went crazy, and that has been my whole story. So I'm not gonna sit there and like think of this made up story or this crazy out there character. Like before any of this, I was just a wrestler. I didn't have a character. I was being me, and that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be like Shibata, the wrestler's wrestler. That's all I cared about being. But now I've realised I am not that. I am much more than that, and I am, I'm a madman, So everything in wrestling, the young bull, everything, that all just came around naturally. Anytime I try and force something, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work because it's not real, it's not, and I feel that's the thing. I just see too many things and I don't believe it because it's not real. My wrestling is the realest it can get. It's everything like, that is my life, it's my livelihood. I can't, as much as I want to, I can't switch off from this. I lose sleep over this, so it's mad. It's very mad, but yeah.
I just want to quickly ask before we get into some questions. You mentioned that you were diagnosed with ADHD and dyslexia. I've noticed, and even just outside of wrestling, a lot of people between the ages 25 and 35, a lot of them have been diagnosed late.
Yeah.
With certain things, whether it be like being neurodivergent, autism, all of that kind of stuff. How different do you think life would have been if you were diagnosed at the right time?
Listen, I don't give a shit about school anymore. Yeah. School, I just didn't enjoy school anyway. Maybe it would have been different, but I can't even think about that because I don't need to. My life is great now. There are people that would laugh at me in school for being silly, and they're just sitting away, pushing paper, not happy with themselves. Or I'll go to the pub when I'm back home and I'll see them behind the bar, and I'm like, I thought you were supposed to be the clever one, but I'm out here making good money, being the best in my field, and they're doing this. So, but not even comparing to other people. My life could have been very different. Maybe I would have worked in an office or something like that, but I never felt wired like that. And I always knew school wasn't good for me. I always knew this wasn't what I was going to do. And even when I had jobs to fund wrestling, when I was trying to make it, I always knew it was like never a full-time solution. I knew, just recently went for a drink with an old work colleague, and I just told him, I was like, I know I was a pain to work with, but it's just because I knew it was never meant for me. It was just paying me money, and I just needed money, and that was it. And they actually wanted to do it, so I was like, I do apologise for that, but they were like, no, we all knew that you were never meant for this, We could see, like, the amount of times you were told off for daydreaming. When I would just think, I remember my first day I did an office job for 3 years, and my first day of work, the weekend before, started on the Monday, the weekend before, Dragon Gate had done shows in England, and it was using our ring from Nottingham, so I was around on tour with those guys, but I was just, didn't wrestle or nothing, I was just setting up the ring. And I remember sitting on there on my first day. That's my first day of my job, and I'm sat there thinking, right now, all them Dragon Gate guys, like Ricochet was there, Pac, all of those geezers, they're out there like sightseeing. All they have to do today is go to London and walk around and like see things in a different country, in a country that they're not used to, they don't know it. I'm like, I can do that 100%. Why would I ever want to sit in an office for the rest of my life? And listen, do what you want. If you want to sit in an office for the rest of your life, do whatever. Don't let anybody tell you that what you want to do is the wrong thing, or that can be, certain people are going to think this about that. Fuck what anybody thinks. If you want to do something and you're passionate about it, do it. Because since I left that job, which was 2017, I haven't woke up on a Monday since 2017 and been like, oh fuck, it's Monday, because I choose my own schedule, or I'm wrestling or whatever, and that's what I love to do. So
that's the dream, man.
It is
dream.
So like life experiences is what shapes us, innit? And
yes,
I know you've still probably got the best part of 15 years in this career, hopefully, God willing, no injuries or anything like that, no serious ones. But like post wrestling in the ring, I think, and obviously you've done coaching and seminars and stuff like that. I think you would make a terrific coach.
Yeah.
Have you thought about what that next chapter will look like, maybe in the next 15, 20 years?
I mean, I never thought about it because my career hadn't really started and I knew I was destined for bigger things, so all my focus was on that. But of course, you know, my body's starting to hurt more now. I've been doing it for 15 years and, you know, you can't go like I'm going now forever. So you have to start thinking about those things and kind of putting a plan in place and things like that. And yeah, I don't see myself, listen, I'm too good to do anything but pro wrestling. I think there's going to be, I know there's going to be a lot of demand for me to either be a coach or a commentator or a backstage guy or a guy on their headset, whatever the fuck. Like, I just know that pro wrestling is going to be better with me in it, and I was made for this, and I was made for this life, this crazy industry, and it just, I don't think even if I wanted to, I could get out of it. So yeah, I think we'll see, but right now my focus isn't on that. You know, when that time comes, I'll focus on that. Right now my focus on being the best in the world and just getting eyes on New Japan Pro Wrestling, getting eyes on Japanese pro wrestling as the main company in the world, you know, having it blow up again. So
yeah, speaking obviously like having having New Japan blow up again, summer's usually like a big period for New Japan. Obviously Dominion's coming out,
which I'm not even on, you fucks. Want to talk about Bullet Club Day, May 4th? Fuck that. Bullet Club Day is Dominion. From every year now on, it's War Dog Day. That's what you can call it. That's where the War Dogs were created, and it's not even been a year yet, bro. It's not even been a year yet, so I'll let you finish your question. But yeah, fuck New Japan for not. But I gotta go and do Noah instead.
Hey man, you can come back from Noah with a big belt, so like, you know.
Not on the 9th. I could have done Dominion. True. It's not even a title match; it's a tag match. So I just gotta go there and beat him up in Korakuen real quick. But.
True, but obviously G1 and obviously last year's G1, like you made like waves in terms of like, you know, the match you had with Kiyomiya, you know, just the crazy antics that you did.
The press conference.
Yeah, and the press conference as well. Obviously this year Dominion, I'm assuming the goal is to win. So what's your headspace going into this year's Dominion? Obviously you've got a year's experience now. I mean, this year's G1. You've got a year's experience now from last year's G1. You know, you've made waves. Now this year, like, what's your mentality going into the G1?
I think last year, because I wasn't even supposed to originally be in the thing. And they put a fucking Noah guy in there before they put me in there. So I came in there with a mission statement. I didn't care about winning it. That was David Finlay. So I want David Finlay to win that year. I just came in there. I was like, oh, you fucks you're not gonna book me for 6 months. Then you're not gonna put me in the G1. And I specifically, this is why, because I specifically said to them when I renegotiated my contract, I said, listen, this is the deal, but I need to be in the G1. I'm ready. Put me in. And they didn't originally. They only did it because 2 people pulled out. That's why me and Alex got in. So it was a mission statement for me. I wasn't focused about. I just wanted to go in there and beat people up and let out some aggression. But this year, who knows? I don't even know who's in the thing. But I'll say this. It better not be 32 people again. Listen, that was some COVID excuse. Let's bring it back to 20 people. The best of the best. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be the best of the best, because there was a lot of fucking filler last year that don't need to be there. Listen, Yoshihashi has been in the G1 for 10 consecutive years. And he hasn't came anywhere close to reaching the semi-finals, nothing. I don't think he's going to do it, lads. I think you need to wait. I think you need to, Eddie Abu it a bit. Wait the fuck up. Get him out of there. Wait the fuck up. Eating this fucking shit. But stop putting this fucking shit in the G1. Listen, go back to 20 people and then we'll talk, you know. Listen. The all the stars are gone. Let's be real right now. And I'll fucking send this in a VHS to the Bushi Road office. Listen, I'll do this. Wake up. You have, all your stars are gone. Okada is gone. Jay White is gone. Ospreay is gone. They ain't coming back. So stop trying to live off their names. Stop trying to live off Naito's name. Naito's name, he can't even fucking see straight. Naito can't see straight. One eye's going to the shops, one eye's at the bus stop.
No, I'm leaving.
What are you talking? Why are you putting all your trust in this guy? Listen, you put me in the ring with Naito, I'ma fuck him up. LIJ, those tag matches, he was getting beat up half the match. Naito, go back and watch those matches from the Don Taku tour a month ago. Naito was getting the shit. Tetsuya! Think I won't slew ya.
Have you ever tried Suya?
But listen, you want to
tried Suya?
You want to?
Have you had Suya before?
What?
Suya.
What's that?
It's like grilled beef.
It's like a build. Is it build? Is it?
Nah.
It's like grilled beef.
It's like grilled beef based, like on a skewer.
Like
But it's very spicy. We need to bring you some, man.
Please, bro.
We'll bring you down Origin.
Please, bro. Please, bro.
There's an African restaurant in Japan that people keep going to. It's on TikTok. You should visit there. I'll send you it. Yeah, they got Suya there. They got Suya there still.
Say less. But bring the G1 back. Listen, you've got all these old guys that you can't. What? Are we turning into Pro Wrestling Noah? No, we're not. We're supposed to be the #1 company in Japan, and you've got me there, ready and waiting. So put me in the G1 with some serious heavy hitters. If you put me in the G1, I want 20 people in there. Not even when you put me in the G1, you fucks. I want 20 people in the G1. How it used to be, how it should be. I want Ishii in my block. I want Hanare, that little prick. I want that little prick in my block. I want Takagi in my block. I want all the... I want
real men.
Exactly.
Real men.
Exactly. I want all of them in my block. And we'll... Listen, I will bring this company back to what it once was. I will make Antonio Inoki. Doi tashimashite, you are welcome. I will make you proud. And Masawa too, you could get a shout out as well, brother.
Just before we round up, we've got a few questions from our Discord members.
Yes.
First question from our guy, Gabe Kid. He asks, 3 countries, promotions that you haven't wrestled in yet that you would like to?
Brazil, for the women. Countries. Honestly, France is looking popping right now. I see some clips. Belgium and France would be the other two, to be fair, because, yeah, France looks popping right now. Those European fans. Listen, I just want to go where the energy is. I go and wrestle in York Hall when all I see is people like this, and all I see is fucking some fat pricks from Rotherham who can't think of any creative shit, so they just try and do football chants the whole show. Yeah, Andy Ogden, I'm talking about you, you little rat. Fucking, there's a crew from Manchester way that get in the fucking bin. You bunch of little clans. Got me bugging on camera, but listen, I want to go where the energy is. Bodyzoy, they look like they got crazy energy there.
Rixa, is it Rixa?
Rixa, yeah. Wherever Ospreay went last year, I seen a clip when he went there.
Well,
yeah. Energy looks crazy, so I want to go where the energy is.
What about WXW?
Yeah, I'll go to WXW and slap them up, no problem. Put me in 16 carat, I'll win the whole fucking thing.
Fuck it. Question from our guy Lem. He's got 2 questions. First question, what do you think of Bullet Club Gold?
Fuck Bullet Club Gold.
And second question, why hasn't House of Torture been kicked out of the set yet?
That ain't my decision, but fuck House of Torture too.
Another question from our guy Curtis. He's got 2 questions. What would you do if you got to lead Bullet Club?
I ain't even thinking about that right now. Next question.
And what are some of your favourite Japanese cities to visit and to wrestle in?
Hiroshima, for sure. Hiroshima's crazy. Osaka. Listen, if you're going to go to Japan, yeah, go to Osaka, because Tokyo full of nerds. Yeah, Shibuya and Roppongi are pretty cool when you first go there, but Osaka is popping. Like, people, bare tattoos, bare green hair and shit. Like, the cool Japanese people are in Osaka is what I'm trying to say. Like, whenever I want to party, I go to Osaka, not Tokyo. Obviously got spots in Tokyo.
Yeah, you
but
mentioned tattoos. Aren't tattoos like a bit like taboo in certain places?
they are, yeah. The gym and the beach are the two big ones. The onsens as well. That's the only thing. I'm going back this time, and yeah, I can't go to my favourite onsen anymore.
You got to wear sleeve, innit?
I can't. The onsens you just can't. You straight up can't go in because you got to be Japanese onsens. You got to be fully naked. So a bit weird, but a bit strange. But yeah, I can't. There are obviously tattoo friendly ones, but they're a bit out of the way. But yeah, Osaka for sure. Go to Osaka, popping city.
Last question from Curtis. Who are some of the best wrestlers from Nottingham in addition to yourself?
Yo, Joseph Connors for sure. NXT UK guy before. Yeah, Joseph Connors hasn't got his flowers, man. Like I feel NXT UK dropped the ball with a lot of people, but you dropped it with Joe Connors. Sticks as well from Nottingham. Kanji. Kanji's from Nottingham. Yeah. Kanji, definitely. I think, Kanji, I think she'd definitely benefit from a Japanese, one of the Japanese promotions needs to hop on her real quick and get her out there because she'd kill it out there. And I'm not too in touch with the scene, the guys coming up as much now as I was before, so I couldn't say too much. Riley Nova's a good name. He's one to check out. He should definitely be on more shows around the UK, for sure. But yeah, let me just shout out my boy Connor Mills as well. Connor Mills due to blow. Connor Mills due to blow. Robbie X due to blow. Both them guys, they're next up in terms of the UK scene. So shout out them guys.
There's some hard hitters, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Bro, I can't lie. It's been
Part
another episode. This is part 2. We need to do a part 3.
We'll do it in a couple of years.
We need to come
when
to
I'm IWG, listen.
We need to come to your sides though.
Come to my sides, bro.
Yeah.
Come to Japan. We'll do it in Japan.
Let's do it.
I'll set it up.
Can we shake on it?
We'll go out. I'll
bro,
shake on it
shaking
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Alright, cool.
100%.
Tonight, I trust you.
We'll find it. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, let's do it.
He will make it happen,
He'll
bro.
make it.
God's
What is
plan.
it? God's
Plan.
Is that the other podcast?
We was all on a different level there. I was ready to go. God's plan. You get me?
I'm a madman, you know.
Yeah, I am a madman, you know.
God's plan, you know.
Hey, yeah, what a love.
And Julie Adenuga hit me up. Listen, I come to your call. Listen, I said we did an episode, he didn't air. Listen, let us be known. Julie Adenuga, you are beautiful. Like, you are very beautiful, and I think you'd really enjoy my progress.
I think she's doing a thing today. She's doing a
Where?
charity thing today. I think
My flight's at 7 p.m.
I think it's at South.
Fucking bad.
She's doing a charity clothing thing. So like celebrities in the UK are donating their garms to Julia Adenuga's like thing, and after she sells them, they sell it for.
It's like an auction.
Like auction,
yeah,
but auction/car boot sale type thing, like vintage thrift store type thing.
I can't lie, I only looked at that to see what clothes she was wearing. And she was looking good.
Yeah, it's calm instead. Last moment I met my jammer. She was there as well.
Was she?
Yeah, and Lethal.
Oh, she can come along as well.
Lethal B was there as well. There was bare people there selling stuff.
That's what's up.
But yeah, it was lit. If you get a chance to go, you can go. I'll check the deals for you.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the lights are off. We're gonna end it here. Gabe, it's been a pleasure having
My
you on the
boy,
podcast
shout out
again.
WRESTHINGS.
Yes,
Shout out
bro.
WRESTHINGS always.
Early,
To the
man.
fucking
From
death,
early,
man.
bro.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. But yeah, it's been a Nafi.
Doughboy.
Laps.
NK.
Max.
Hola.
Gabe Kid, you already know.
And what are you?
I'm a madman, you know.
Do.
Why you making me into an ice cream van?
I was copying Nardo's gimmick. But yeah, man, it's been a lovely episode. Episode 2. What was it again? What was it? Oh, fuck.
You know, in my head I was thinking, what is he doing? Let me let him land.
Oh, but enough.
Let him take us there because I don't know what he's doing.
Man said again, I'm a
Waffling.
You've done that bit, bro.
Wrestling's podcast, coolest wrestling podcast in the world. By the Mandem.
For the Mandem.
Bow.